Good morning. I'm Dr. Gwen Francavillo from Health and Human Performance, and there are about 10 of us that are faculty that are piloting Canvas this semester. They're going to be presenting this morning in 3 different sessions. There's 4 of us in this session doing the introduction to Canvas, and I just want to point out in the back Mark from Canvas and David from Howard Community College, who presented in the spring for us, are back in the back. So the 4 of us in this session are going to do quick snippets of our courses from this semester or from the summer and talk about different aspects of Canvas. And then there'll be a question and answer session at the end. And then also David and Mark can also help with some of the questions if we're unable to answer the questions. Okay? So welcome. Thanks for attending.
I'm Michelle Liu. I'm from School of Business, IT department, and I'm going to show you first one of the actually biggest differences I feel in terms of user interface design between the Blackboard and the Canvas, and the function, the components called pages. So in Canvas, this is actually my the online course I'm running right now. The pages which allows you to create sort of like hyperlink, and then you can link to the different pages, different files, and then even images or different assignments. So I'm just going to quickly show you here. First, you can create a front page. So which I did here, sort of like home page. So when students log into Canvas, will be the first page or home page they will see. So here I create actually different folders. Those are just like, the same actually kind of like item folder or items in Blackboard, just being called different name. So I create those, and then so each actually folders each week. And then if you click that, so let's say Unit 1. So for Unit 1, then there are, you can see here, I put down learning assessment activities. And then I think it's very cool, which is I can create, okay, we all know technologies, so you can never trust it. But anyway, here, but that's true, is it right? I mean, yeah, it's always actually, so here you can see I create, this is called pages. So then when students click, and it will lead them to another page. I can put down objectives, etc., and then they can go back. So that's cool. Sort of simulate the actual daily web browsing behavior. So I can show you a little bit later. How about time? Yeah, and then I can put in the PPT, which is presentation, and then this is within the week, and then I can even put in the here like discussion board. So all the assignment, you can do that. I can show you quickly. Just if you want to view all pages, and then this is all the pages I created, and then you can, for example, if you click one page, or you can add page actually. So you can add page, and then if you see the right-hand side, you can link to different content pages. You can link to files. You can upload different images, which I like that part because I'm teaching online course. That's why I feel I want to add more graphics to my website. And here we go. How about time? So, okay, it's good. Is it right? Another minute? Okay. So, for example, you could edit the pages, and then you can see here down there, then you can link to assignments. For example, this week, I'm going to assign such assignments, so you can link there. So if you already create assignments there, then you can link there. So you can link to quizzes. If I want to give quiz, okay, this week, then I'm just going to put quiz there. So I saw this sort of nice way. It's similar as module or item folders in Blackboard, but I like the part which you can actually create those the URL, sort of like URL hyperlinks within each page. So yeah, that's it. I'll give to Sarah.
All right, I'm Sarah Fickey from the English department, and I used Canvas to teach an online class this summer. And I'm going to talk with you a little bit about the module capability. As Michelle said, there are pages, and you can use pages to deliver content and also to organize content and include links to other things. Another way to organize your content on Canvas is through this module ability. It's built in, so they have this section called modules. And what a module is it's a collection device, like a folder, except for unlike a folder, you don't have to click into it to see what's in there, which is what I really like, because in Blackboard, if you were looking at a folder, you had to click to see what was in that folder. With modules, it's all right there, and you can shrink it up if you want to not see it, but it defaults to being seen. And so this is what I use to organize my online class. And within modules, you can collect all kinds of information. So inside my modules, I have pages, but you can also just directly insert files. Like here I inserted my syllabus, and when you click on it, you get a downloadable PDF version of my syllabus. You can also link to discussion boards. So this was the introduction discussion board, and all kinds of things. And you can decide what order you want them to go in. And I liked this system of organization because it allowed my students to see what was required for each section, for each module, all at once. And they could also see that in the order that I wanted them to go in. So they could see, this is your assignment, read these pages. This is the other thing I want you to do. Click on this. This is what's due. And when you click on it, this is a page. It has more information. Because it lets you decide what page gets to be the home page, I just made the modules page my home page. So whenever students went to the site, this would be the thing that they see. All of the assignments in order, lined up. You can also include other things. Scroll down a little bit more. You can include URLs and other types of information. You can include your quizzes. So basically, this is a way for you to collect all of the different components of your class together in one place and say, for this week, this is all the stuff you need, your assignments, your quizzes, your links that I want you to look at. When you're creating a module, it assumes you already have this other stuff. So if I wanted to create a test module, you could do it there. It's not published yet. And then this plus sign just allows you to add everything that you've already created. So you go through and say, all right, I want to find this quiz, and I want to insert that quiz into my module. And when I do that, it just puts it there. And then I can drag and drop things around. So that's how the module section works. And then there's also a way to do this with prerequisites. Did you want to show that off?
Do you want to talk?
So modules also allow you to look at your class and give them prerequisites so that inside the module, they know that they have to do this thing first, and they can't do the next thing until they finish that thing. So if you want them to do assignments in a particular sequence, it has a mechanism for that, and the student will know, oh, I can't do that until I do this thing first. And Gwen used this in her class.
So here, modules are organized a little bit differently in my course. I just do it week by week. However, I love in Canvas that you have to, if you see here in the grade column there, you can see view, contribute, and so forth. These are all prerequisites that you have to do, the student will have to do prior to opening the next thing. So we've had a little issue with students with that not keeping up, but now we're all on track now that we have the idea of Canvas, and it's fabulous because the students first have to view the syllabus, and then they can get into week one. I've been keeping my module open for a following week because I accept assignments up to a week late, 10% less each day late, but they have to go in order. So I know that they have viewed the content prior to the next step. So it really is building blocks through the course. Yeah, we can't determine if they've actually read it, but they have opened it and viewed it. But then there's also contribute. So they have to contribute to the discussion board, and then there's also there's so many other things I can't get into it right now, but they do have to do things in order.
Would you show how to set it up as a prereq?
Yeah. So
Sarah's doing awesome.
what you can do, it works either way. So what you would do if you want to set up a prerequisite is if you add an item to the module, it does this. You go into your thing here, and when you click into edit, it gives you a bunch of different options. Oh, where is the prerequisite thing? I lost it. Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right. So when you're editing your item, yeah, I was trying to get the mouse to do what it is. So when you're editing your module, it has the add prerequisite link, and you can say that you need to complete module 1 before you do everything else. You can also add the requirements, and this is where you can say you need to complete all the requirements or you need to complete one of these requirements. So there's some different ways that you can set that up. All right, and we're going to have somebody else talking more about how to set up specific assignments and things like that later in the a different Canvas session. But for now, I think I'm going to turn this over to Brian.
While you're sort of doing the shift, students can see, though, Gwen, all of the assignments, even if they can't get into them yet. They can see what will be due on what.
They are not able. Should I talk about?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, sorry. He can go first. That's fine. It doesn't matter. He can. Students will be able to see what's coming up, but if they click on it, it won't open, so that they are not able to kind of get it. Yes. Sorry, there was logistical issues.
Well, this I'm logged into this one.
Should I just do mine real quick?
Sure.
Okay.
Although we'll try one last time, and then if this doesn't work, we'll swap.
I'm just gonna try that.
That's still on HDMI, Michelle.
It is still on HTML.
Okay.
What is it, Gwen talk that you?
Yeah.
I'll go quickly. Okay. We don't have a lot of time, but I did want to talk a little bit about rubrics and grading, and the way Canvas does it kind of makes me even a little excited to grade, which I know. It's a little difficult to do this with anonymity of students. Well, actually, it works out well because it's cut up on the screen. Yeah, we planned this. We planned it this way. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is there's a test student. I did want to call special attention to Joe Luckett over here because he has been fabulous, helping all of us train and learn Canvas, and he's always there to help us. He's created screenshots to help my students do different things, so I didn't introduce him earlier, so I wanted to make a point of doing that. Okay, so down here we have test students, so I didn't put grades in for all of them. So if you say I'll go into week 3, and they have this speed grader, which is fabulous, and this is where I'm going to try to quickly not have all the students. Okay, so here's my test student. I guess I can't. Here's the rubric. So pretend this test student has submitted something. This is not actually the one that I was. Sorry, one second. Going back to a different. I know. I'm trying to not. I'm going to the test student quickly. Don't look at all. Okay. Okay. So this is test student. Say they've submitted to the discussion. Here's a rubric. So the exciting part of grading is you don't have to go through and determine the different categories. You can just click, click, click. Let's say they have this percentage on these different items. They didn't do this. And then you just push save. And then, okay, well.
When is that a rubric that you have input in there? That's your particular rubric?
Yes. Yes.
So how long does it take to put in? I mean, it sounds great. Obviously, there's a factor where you have to put all that in.
Right. However, this is difficult to do. I'm trying to keep things as anonymous as possible, and it's not really going well.
Canvas also gives you the option to share her rubric, so if she had a counterpart and adjunct, she could share that rubric with them, and they can automatically
Upload it.
This is kind of stuck here.
Course to course within your own.
Right, and for all courses here at Marymount, we can share things amongst each other. And then
What
have commons.
is going on here? Why is this not allowing me to go to the grade book?
In that speed grader, you can actually.
Oh, switch to default.
When she showed that document that came up, I can go in there and I can stick a note in right there as to this is grammatically incorrect, logistically out of place, and so I don't have to download it and then go into track changes and work and do everything. It happens right there, and then it's submitted right to the student. So then I don't have to scan it in as a PDF and then upload it as a PDF
Yeah.
that the students or save it as a Word. So the speed grader is really helpful.
So, and if this was not working before, so that's why I was trying to do it again. So if you do the rubric, so I've clicked all the items for each of the categories. I push save, the grade automatically goes to the top. And then I have the option of then inputting comments here, typing, or I also have the option of doing a voice recorded feedback to the student. So there's a variety of different things to do to give comments and feedback. And then the student also has the option to respond to me right there within that assignment or discussion right there. So if I said, oh, well, I didn't see this aspect, and then they wanted to explain something, or we could have a little discussion right there. It's not through email in a different place. It's back and forth right there. And there's different with the video or the text and so forth. I don't think I have much time to go into anything about that, but yes, yep. It goes to my email, so then I can click right there. It's very easy. Yes, so everything they can be notified. That's the whole, but they can be notified how they want to be notified about Canvas through text messaging, email, so forth, which email, and everything like that. And the rubric, you can also, as you're creating different discussions or assignments, you can just use the same rubric. So once you've created it, you can then just apply it to different things. So I have a discussion rubric, I have an assignment rubric, or different ones based on the assignments. So it's very easy. It's exciting to just click, add some comments, and it's great feedback for the student as well as me being consistent with the grading with different students.
I think I got the desktop working. See if this pulls up. Yes. Okay. So this is an example of a research paper that students have submitted. One nice thing in Canvas is you can get this set up where when you create an assignment, you have the option of restricting what type of files students upload. So you can put in whatever file extension you want, Doc, DocX, Excel. I use a software program called Stata, so the file format is DTA, and you can force students to upload a specific format. Because I have a lot of times where students will send me something like in Pages, exactly, on the Mac. And I do have a Mac now, but I did not used to, and so that was always an issue. For standard file formats, particularly Microsoft, I can open them up almost like a PDF, and it gives you the option of highlighting things. I can highlight this and just leave a comment on the students' papers, and it's a really nice way to just provide some quick feedback on research papers. I'm teaching a writing intensive course on research methods, and just give a lot of feedback on the students' papers. You can scroll through papers just by clicking on this arrow, going from one to another, and just knock your grading out really quick. This is really nice because it will work on any web browser. So I have a Chromebook at home. It works on that as well. You don't need any. You can review Excel files, Word files. You don't need it to actually have Excel or Word on your computer. It's really, really nice. One other feature which is particularly handy for the writing intensive courses is not only can you restrict the file type, but you can set up automatic peer review. And so like I can have students assign them 2-3 partners, something like that. I'll randomly assign students. I don't have to do anything on my own other than click on these two, whether or not I want to manually or automatically do it. If I select automatically, I can tell how many reviewers I want. Last time I set this up about an hour after the assignment was due. Of course, I had a couple students who didn't get it in. That created a few issues. But when it does do that, you can go in and see who has been assigned to who and whether or not they have. Probably shouldn't show who hasn't done it, but you can assign see who is peer reviewed, did they complete the assignment, that kind of thing. So it's really, really useful for the writing intensive courses, and to be able to just do this automatically reduces my burden significantly.
Click on a student reviewer, it brings up the paper with the track changes.
So it.
Evaluate the quality of this review.
So that's something that I'm experimenting with. Like the students should be able to make remarks just like this, like I have here. Only one student figured out how to do that last time. So we've got another assignment due tomorrow, and so I'm going to have students, we're going to sit in class and figure out how to do this, because I don't see the same view that the students do. So we're going to go in and figure out how to do this tomorrow. But this has been really, really useful for a lot of assignments. Like they're going to have to give presentations on the research papers. So in addition to turning in their research papers, I can also have them upload their data files, make sure it's in the Stata format, and then also upload their presentations. Yeah. So what's that? So I have not, I've done that on another system, the software system I'm using. I've not done that with Canvas so much. Okay, will do. Thank you. And then, I don't know, that's everything. Gwen, are you, is that?
Yeah, so I know there's been some questions already, but if there are other questions that you all have held to the end, if you have questions, we can show you a couple last things before Q&A.
I saw you had quizzes up there. Is there a built-in test generator?
There is a way to develop items for tests and quizzes and so forth.
Individual items? I know with Blackboard, you can have discussions with Joe about this, of having to use outside universities test generators to take a Microsoft Word document and just upload it right into Blackboard, and then totally can't.
No. Okay.
But we can bring in a UTI format if we're using Sparta, so the quiz type things, they'll pull that in clean. So, yeah, just shooting the Word doc in there, and you can kind of paste stuff, it's not just creating a quiz.
When is that going to start? We're ready.
Part of the second group discussion, Diana was going to share her experience with the.
Oh.
You have to put it in So, if you pull just a little bit, reach around.
Yeah, and I think there's 2 more sessions with topics of Canvas. They're coming up. The next is a more advanced level, and then the last is QM, the quality matters in online courses. So
Can we, or we don't have access to Canvas into the
yes. And you can speed grade on phones,
Okay.
which I've actually not done yet, but I know you can.
I have done it. Usually it's
Which may not be good because you're sad reading.
If you get points for peer reviewing, can that turn into an assignment where it would go to the grade book?
So there might be a way to automate that. I actually had a separate assignment for peer review that I just looked through and mainly did the grades. That's a brute force method. There's probably a more sophisticated way to do it. But that's, and something I found is that a lot of, on this, my first go around with peer review, everybody's like, oh, you need a comma here. And they didn't really give a lot of substantive feedback. And so we're going to focus a lot more on that on this second go around. Yeah. And so I'm still exploring the system on that. Oh, gosh. Not long at all. Probably like 10 minutes, something like that. You know, you start playing around with it, just kind of playing around with it. And I say that, what I mean by that is there's still a lot I don't know how to do, but it's very easy to start using and start playing with. And so it's not, I'm sure there's a lot of advanced features that I have. It's like by the end of the semester, I'll be kicking myself that I didn't know about them. But I'm able to use it well enough in order to get my course running, and that's kind of that's where it did not take much time at all. There's
Yeah, so before we start teaching, actually, we have 2 hour Canvas training session. So every one of us, unless you didn't go,
No, I did.
But I mean, but every one of us, before
2 hours and 10 minutes.
We went to the 2 hour session, and then that's just get you started. And then I feel it's not really hard to actually to create the basic components. But there are still a lot of things I feel you need to explore. But just kind of like learning by doing. So.
I can suggest your BFF when you start is clicking the help button up there.
My BFF is Joe.
clicking this right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right here.
Yeah, there are a lot.
Yeah, I'll just Google, and then you see actually a lot of short videos, pretty good. You can just watch it, like, and then.
There's also a 1-800 number, I think. If you go back to the help, just click the back.
Let's see.
Go back to the Canvas page. Right? You can click the Canvas support hotline,
Uh-huh.
and it'll bring up this number. There's a phone number. I don't know.
Oops, I don't.
Where it is, but there's a
Yeah,
phone
they're
number.
1-800.
Yeah,
If you just go, it's right there.
Yeah.
84 whatever.
844-408-6459.
You just click it and you can live chat. Like, it's actually very easy to get feedback immediately.
But it's very interesting. I mean, it's very visually friendly. I feel like Blackboard is pretty busy, but
Yeah.
Canvas seems to be less busy, and you can hide things you don't really need. So what the students need is there. What they don't, you can hide. And
It feels very much like a Google product in a lot of ways. I mean that in a very good way. Just that it's seems like as user friendly as Gmail or Google Docs, something like that.